Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm Sarah. It's very nice to meet you. I just curled my hair and I was like, I need to film a video. Like, it's been so long since I sat down and filmed a chill video, and I was like, oh my god, I'm about to eat lunch and I want to talk about school stuff and like advice and like life and maybe some music or whatever. So I was like, let's do a mukbang. I don't know. But here's my salad. I'm gonna eat the salad even though you can't really see it. I'll just oh, my water. Gotta stay hydrated. Let's get started. As I eat, I'm gonna talk about like school stuff because it's like back to school season, even though I go back to school in like a month. It's the season. 'Tis the season. Okay, so people are weird on YouTube and like this stuff. I only watch my favorite YouTubers do mukbangs because otherwise I think it's creepy just watching someone eat food. But like, I'm gonna talk about some stuff. School's starting, right? So like tripping, whatever. I'm gonna be a senior in high school, if you guys didn't know. I have some experience with the whole high school thing. Look at my pink bowl. This is my aesthetic. If y'all didn't know, I love pink. So this is my aesthetic. My fourth year, my last year. Boo-hoo. A lot of people are worried about like friendships and making friends, especially if you're a freshman. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard sometimes. Oh my god, we'll do that. Okay. It's kind of hard sometimes to make new friends and like worry, like be like, oh my god, should I worry about friends? Should I worry about schoolwork? Focus on your schoolwork. It's good to be social and make friends and everything, but the number one thing is to work on your schoolwork, because although you're a freshman or like whatever age you are, applying for college and worrying about college is a big part of high school. My school is very college oriented, if that makes any sense. Like, they're very like, okay, you need to go to college, you need to do your best and whatever, and I really like that because it really motivates you to do your best. It's been my part of motivation, like throughout all 3 years going into 4, to be like, oh my god, I need to go to the best college, like I need to do the best. Obviously, like, I'm probably not going to go to the best college out there, like, I'm not going to be that person who goes to Harvard because, but that sense of motivation, it's like, okay, I need to be the best, I need to do the best, is really important when you're in high school. That sense of confidence really like gets you somewhere, like that really helps you out. For social life, it's really good to have a social life when you're in high school. Although I just said like focus on your academics, it's good to have a balance of both, because then colleges don't only look at academics. Like, colleges nowadays, like, they really look at your extracurriculars, your activities, your social life that you put out there. What colleges really look at, and along with academics, like, obviously, like, you don't need to be the best student to get into a really good college. You can be well balanced. Like, a lot of colleges are looking for well-rounded students, and that's what like I try to be. A lot of schools have clubs. My school has a lot of clubs and activities that you can do, sports and stuff. Even if your school isn't like the best, like, like at sports, or like has the most clubs, start a club. I'm sure your school wouldn't mind, like the staff wouldn't mind if you started a club. The staff loves when students get involved in school and activities, so I'm sure if you clear by somebody, like if you want like a Disney club or something, like my school has a Disney club that someone just started while I was in sophomore year, I think. Start a Disney club if you like Disney and you want other people around you that like Disney, like, start a Disney club. That's cool. If you're a freshman and you want to get involved and you want to do something and you love to perform, I highly suggest being part of like performing clubs, like especially sing. Sing is a time where students are really involved in just making a production, and like a lot of times people make new friends. It's the beginning of the year, a lot of people get together for the first time and they meet and they're like, oh, like, you like to dance, I like to dance, you like to sing, I like to sing, you like to act, I like to act, and like interchangeable. You like to perform, I like to perform, kind of thing. It's a lot of fun to get started, to get involved, and just like make your place in high school. And because like, I feel like my crouton just fell. I feel like a lot of people put down sing in the musical and stuff, but it's really a lot of fun. Like, I'm a performing arts student. I literally love being part of singing the musical. It doesn't take up all of your time. It takes up a lot of your time, but you still get a balance of that academics and social life that I was mentioning earlier. So it's a lot of fun to get involved in to start. So I highly suggest doing that. I don't know much about sports. I know that like sports teams in my school, the team members are like the teammates are really, really close. The football team is really close, and like the basketball team is really close. So if you like playing a sport, you should definitely try for it. Don't put yourself down if you don't make varsity or something. Like, definitely go for it, because a lot of people are in your place that want to, you know, grow and do something you love and grow at it and become better and just have a fun time in high school. Let's face it, like, high school's hard. High school is a place where people, everyone's growing in their own way. It's the biggest growth period for many, many, many people. So it's good to have that growth with people you enjoy, with like a crowd you enjoy, with an activity you enjoy, because it makes the academics seem a little bit easier. Coming from experience, like, in freshman year I did absolutely nothing in my school, and then sophomore year I joined dance team, and then I joined the musical in the spring. And let me tell you, I looked back at freshman year and I was like, I regret not doing anything, because I had so much fun doing what I loved in school. It made school easier. I definitely became a better student because of it. And it's crazy, because you think that like you're busy all the time, you don't have time to do homework. It actually, for me personally, I don't know about other people, but for me personally, it helps me become more focused on my schoolwork, because I'm like so busy all the time. I'm like, okay, I need to set up a time to do this. I feel like when you do nothing, you're just procrastinating all the time. And I'm sorry if you were personally attacked by what I just said, but it's true, you know? I feel like when I sit around all day and I do nothing, I procrastinate. I feel like when you learn to be well-rounded, when you become well-rounded in a bunch of activities and stuff, you learn how to do time management. Like, you learn how to be like, okay, if I'm in school till 5 o'clock rehearsing, then when I come home I'm gonna eat dinner and then work on my homework for an hour so I can still get a good amount of sleep. Like, that's how I've become. I was always the person that came home right away and did their homework. Like, I'm sorry, I'm a nerd. That's just how it is. I used to literally come home, relax, and eat for like an hour, maybe half an hour, and then I do my homework, just because I knew that I would want to relax at night, like go on my phone, like just watch YouTube or something. It's good that you manage your time. Like, maybe if you end school early and you don't start like your activity or sport until like 3 o'clock and you finish at like 1:30, then you have time to do your homework, or like you have time to relax, socialize, hang out with friends. Joining activities and clubs and sports and stuff definitely helps with time management. If you have like a calendar or an organizer or a planner or anything like in your room as a notebook, whatever, definitely utilize it. Like, definitely 100%. It helps so much. It helps you put your thoughts into like paper, onto Word.
Okay, I meant into words onto paper. Okay, moving on, thanks.
You have it on your phone. You forget, like, I know I'm get lazy and forget to put it in, because even though I'm on my phone all the time, I forget. And it's just like, okay, I have to put that in. But like, if you write it down and put it on paper and words, you remember it better, and you see it like in front of you, and you're like, oh, like I have to do this on that day, this on that day, this at this time, you know? It helps a lot to just put your thoughts into words, because then it makes more sense to you and you remember it better, and you know how to plan out your time and everything, because then you have an organization. It's a lot, like everything that you hear about school, like organization, time management, it all works together, because if you're organized, like they all coincide with each other. When it comes to making friends, sorry if I talk with my mouth full at all during this video, but I'm
trying to like stick to the mukbang theme.
When it comes to making friends and joining like a group or something, part of activities definitely helps a lot, because you meet your people. You meet people that you know you'll get along with, or at least somewhat get along with. Also, when I was a freshman, I was in a class with like a bunch of people that I went to middle school with. Some I didn't. Like, the people I went to middle school with, we were like, hey, like, you went to middle school, like, let's talk about it, whatever. And from there we made friends. Like, literally, I'm still friends with like the same like 4 people freshman year, like from the first day of school, from talking, whatever, because like of that like similarity, like people I remembered from before high school. Definitely that helps if you go to a school with like people that you have been for years but you just never talked or something. I've definitely had a few of those people. I know I became friends, like somewhat kind of friends, like mutual, like acquaintances, like someone to talk to by like taking the bus. So public transportation is a big help because I take the bus with like the same people, and we just like talked or something. Like if they were in my class, I'd be like hey, did you do homework, whatever. I'm very outgoing, but sometimes I have my shy moments where I'm like oh my god, I'm in a room full of people I don't know, I don't want to talk to anybody. I feel like we all kind of have those moments, but if you're shy, I'm not gonna tell you like be outgoing, you know, like that's really hard for someone who's shy, but definitely try to, even if it's like a week or two into school, try to see like, okay, who's maybe the more outgoing people, who's more like, I don't know how to put this into like words that aren't cruel. I'm not trying to be cruel, but like if you see someone who's like not as talkative, like that's your people, you know? I don't really know how to put that into words, but if you get what I mean, you get what I mean. I feel like a lot of people are like set a bad mindset for high school and they're like, oh, it's the worst. A lot of people are like, oh, it's going to be the best 4 years of your life. And it is what you make it out to be. I'm not going to be like, it's the best 4 years of your life, because I definitely had my moments. We all have our moments, like stress, anxiety, like we all have some sort of breakdown throughout the 4 years. We're just under so much stress and we can't control our thoughts and everything. And that's how it is. Like high school students, they're put under a lot of pressure, especially for college. We're always under this mindset that we have to do everything in our power to get into a good college and everything. I know I have that mindset where I'm just like, I have to be the best, I have to do the best. Like I'm not saying like, oh, I'm better than everybody else. I'm just saying like I have to be the best that I can be, and I have to work the hardest I can possibly work, because I know I want to do good for myself. And if you have that mindset, it's kind of stressful. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, it's not that bad. Like it helps you get through high school. It's kind of hard, but it's definitely something that can boost your confidence. Definitely, because I know that when I work my hardest, my confidence is at my high, because I know I'm working the hardest I can possibly work and I'm okay with it. You have to tell yourself that. If you have my mindset where it's just like, I can't do this unless I'm the best, like you need to take a step back and be like, you worked your hardest to do this and that's what you got, then you know you did your best. You can only grow from there. You can't keep stressing and worrying about the little stuff. It's funny because I'm telling advice that I should give myself, but I kind of started to at the end of the year. I got really lazy the end of junior year, which is like the worst time to get lazy. I knew I could have done better, but I still worked my hardest, because you know, like when you go through stuff and like you are just under a lot of stress, it's hard to do your best. So I know I did the best I could for the mindset I was under. I wasn't going through like tough times. I'm not gonna say that people have gone through tough times, but like I was having a little trouble with myself, and I was like, oh my god, like a lot of my friends are leaving because a lot of my friends were seniors. I have a good amount of friends that are my age, but a lot of my friends were seniors, and I was just really upset about it. Like I was genuinely, like not even faking about it, I was genuinely so upset, and it was so hard for me to let go of them, because I'm the kind of person that has a small circle, that I don't have like a lot of friends. I have like my 3 or 4 friends from freshman year that I'm really happy I'm still friends with them, but it's just like kind of hard when you're with somebody all the time. Like my friends who were seniors were from the musical, so we were together all the time. It was really hard to let go, so I was slacking a little bit at the end of the year, because I was just had that mindset of like I'm really not gonna have friends next year. Like obviously I knew I would have friends, but it just felt like I wouldn't, because I was with those people all the time. I knew it would be troublesome for me. Just gotta push through whatever you're thinking about and focus on the future, and focus on your future. Don't focus on anybody else's future. Don't think about, try to remember, especially if you're going into junior year. Junior year is the most important year for colleges, for high school. Every year is an important year, but junior year is the most important, with academics, especially your extracurriculars, your academics, everything. So make sure to work your hardest, get done what you have to get done. Like be real with yourself and be like, this is what I need to get done, I'm gonna get it done. And even if your social life falls down, junior year is also a really big growing point for a lot of people, because people realize like, oh my god, college is coming soon and I gotta really grow up. Like a lot of people for a lot of people it's a growing point. I knew it was one of my biggest growing points was junior year because I learned a lot. I learned that you don't need a lot of friends in school to get by. I learned that you don't need to have high grades to be the best student. I learned a lot about friendships, and there was a lot of growth for me this year. I'm trying to have a fun video. It's just turned deep real quick. No, but in all seriousness, junior year is a really big growing point for a lot of people.
Okay, we get it. How many times do you gotta say that? All right.
I don't know how it is for other schools, but in my school, I haven't seen much bullying and like teasing and everything. A lot of people just care about themselves and they don't really care about like what other people are doing. Definitely around my age, a lot of people are like, I don't care what you're doing, I'm only caring about myself and my friends and my small circle. And if we're being real, that's how it is for a lot of people. So if you're worried what other people are going to think of you, don't. Like, I'm telling you right now, straight up, don't worry about what other people are thinking about you, because in the end, you have yourself and you have your small circle friend or your big circle friend. You have your friends, you have your family. That's all you really need. And focus on yourself. Don't focus about what other people are doing, what other people are thinking about you, because in the end, it's kind of irrelevant. If we're being real, it's irrelevant. You do you, you do what you need to do, you get done what you gotta get done, and that's it. I know a lot of people are like worried about it. I've seen YouTube videos on school advice, and when people are worried about like outfits and stuff, I know I'm the type of person that's like, I want to dress nice always, but we all have our days where like we would just want to come in like the bummiest clothes and like pajamas or sweatpants and a hoodie. Do it. I'm telling you, those days where I had those really like were those days where I really didn't feel well mentally, physically, and like I just came in like just like all bummy and everything and all lazy, were some of the best days of the school year, because I was so comfortable in what I was wearing and I really did not care what anybody thought of me because I knew I was comfortable. I was like, I'm feeling good. So sometimes those days where you just feel like you just want to come in dressed in nothing, like you don't even want to go to school, you sometimes feel your most comfortable because you're like, I'm so comfortable in the way I'm dressed right now. I don't care what anybody thinks. I feel like this video is all over the place, but you know what? That's how it be. So overall, academics, focus on your schoolwork. It's so important. Don't overdo it. Like, don't go to a point where you're not seeing people, where you're not like hanging out with people. Another thing, relationships. Okay, I'm not a good advice giver when it comes to whether or not you should have a relationship. If it doesn't come to you, don't look for it. That goes with any type of relationship, whether it's a friendship, boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, whatever. Don't go searching and begging and pleading for one if it doesn't happen naturally. Like, I know that I've become more focused on like my school, like school for me, and like my social life and everything, rather than worrying about like trying to get a boyfriend. It's hard because I've had relationships in high school. I'm not saying I regret it, but you don't need one. Like, you really do not need one. Most high school relationships don't last, and they're just fun. So if you would just want to have fun, by all means, but don't do something you'll regret. Don't get caught up in something that you feel like will ruin your life, because you don't need that. You don't need the bad vibes. You just need to do you and do what you gotta do. Like, don't do what everybody else is doing. Do what you gotta do. If you're having trouble in school, if there's somebody in school that's giving you trouble, like anything at all, communicate with your parents. If you can't communicate with your parents about something in school, communicate with an adult in school. Definitely have an adult in school that you can put your trust in and you could talk to. Definitely go to like a coach, teacher that you really enjoyed being in class with, a guidance counselor, anybody really. Have a few adults in the school that I can really trust and go to for anything, and it's really good to have that bond with an adult in school, because then if you can't access your parents, like if you can't get to your parents, or if it's something that you need to resolve in school at the moment, you have someone there for you. And I think that's really important. That's a really good connection to have. I don't really know what else is there. I would love to give more advice. I wanted to definitely give an updated one because I learned a lot more in my junior year and experienced a lot more than I did in the first 2 years, so I wanted to share my experiences. Obviously, our minds are always growing, and we always learn new things and experience new things. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below. If you have any other concerns or questions, definitely reach out to me. My socials are down below. I'm always here to talk to people and give people advice. I love giving people advice. My friends call me their therapists when they're going through issues and stuff. I love being there for people. I love like sharing my knowledge, whatever knowledge I do have. I obviously don't know everything. I'm not saying that I know everything. I just have experienced a lot, and maybe not as much as others. Like, I'm not trying to say I'm like all that and this. I'm not all that, but I have experienced some things that I definitely would share with somebody that needs help. So if you need anything, always reach out. Stay tuned for more videos. I'll see you guys later. Bye.